Welcome back to the Quint's Revenge Developer Let's Play. Okay, we are continuing, we are loading a game. We are loading this game. You'll notice it says regular mode. What's that to do with? Well, that's to do with something called New Game Plus that got added in this mode build of the game. We'll get to that later. So, we've taken down Airman and Clash, that guy down there. This guy. So, we're going to continue onwards. 3 more bosses. So 2 more, the other 2 for Mega Man 2 for NES, and then 1 for Mega Man 3. Now, if I'm remembering the weakness order correctly, I guess it is Metal Man next. This is one of the stages I had help with, because I didn't build the entire game by myself. I had some help with stage design, and Loyana, I think, helped out with this stage, some of the ideas, as did, I think, Blackmore Darkwing. They both helped out in the stage, suggesting different things. Can't remember which one of them suggested molten metal to be the theme, but again, it made the stage stand out a bit, because now molten metal's a thing. Here's another pretty useless sucker gun. In fact, you're pretty much better off without it. It says, as you missed the introduction to this lovely clamping mechanic, and I get hit by every sniper by Joe bullet. Here we have tackle fires. Of course. Yeah, they can just sod off. And straight out of Mega Man 10, that pattern of tackle fires, timing it with molten lava. And if I'm going to critique my own stage, which I am going to, there's really no indication there's going to be tackle fires coming out of there. It's quite bad. Anyway, time for mid-boss. Big blocky. He's quite easy, if you know where to stand. A lot of people seem to have trouble with this guy, though. Because I guess they don't know where to stand, which is about here, and then you jump over the blocks, and he's not too hard. Normally, I'm speeding through this stage, and I've taken a crap ton of damage. I've taken a fair bit of damage. But not the, there we go. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for proving my point. There's another one of the songs of Collins I don't mind. I mean, there's a couple of his which I agree aren't very good, but I quite like this remix, personally. But that might just be me. Cause it's got like sort of a different beat. I'm gonna get knocked off. Whoa! See the ledge jump? It came in handy. One that I hadn't described is these cogs. These cogs will insta-gib you if they hit you. So essentially, it's a race against time against these things. Thankfully, Quint's got the dash. I've tried doing these sections without the dash, and you can just about make it. But you're going to be like perfect. And to be fair, this last jump does require the dash here. And it's Metal Man on the stage. That was short. Here we have Metal Man himself, who is probably one of the more asshole-ish bosses in the game. Mostly because he does that completely asshole-ish thing that bosses can do, that only the most asshole-ish bosses do, and that is heal. If his metal catcher hits you, he will heal. So don't let it hit you. He has a pattern to him though. Every second jump, he will shoot off a metal catcher. If you know this, he shouldn't be too hard. So now he'll shoot a metal catcher. Quite a few people have confused this with complete randomness. The only randomness is the height of his jump, which honestly I probably shouldn't have done anyway. A more reasonable thing would have been to lessen the randomness so he can't do like the same high jump twice in a row. Or something. Like that, because you're a dick, Metal Man. We've now seen pretty much all the tricks. I'm going to show you in case you want another trick. If you get close to him, he'll do the Mega Man 2 thing and jump across the room. And Metal Man is a lot harder to fight on this side of the room. He doesn't change directions of, oh dear. There's his last trick. No, you can cross the room again, Metal Man. It's harder to fight on that side of the room. Let's not lose track of the pattern. Probably best to try and layer your shots against this guy. Most of one of your shots should hit him unless it's the high jump, in which case he's an asshole. Or I'm an asshole for programming that in. One of the two. He isn't hard though. He's just annoying. He's one of those annoying bosses. Don't do it high jump, thank you. Yeah, the flashing, changing directions, I can't remember if it was coded in and then removed. It might have been. Because the conveyor belts do have that ability in the code. I just think I didn't use it for the boss for some reason. We got an E-tank now. 5 lives. Not too badly. And time for the next boss in the weakness order, which is Woodman. Woodman stage doesn't have a lot going for it compared to the others, not a lot new. But he does have one thing going for him, and that's enemy spam of the highest order. And a lot of durable enemies, my goodness. Woodman stage has these reflection mechs, which is not helped by the Robo Rabbit. Go away. If you shoot these, they'll shoot you back. That's the reflection mech for you. They get placed occasionally in annoying places, but they're really not very utilised very well. In all fairness. Honestly, if this game had had more time in the oven, it would have been probably much better. Here's a hot dog, or rather, the Game Boy's idea of a hot dog. Here's a NES's idea of a hot dog. We have a reflection mech here, so you can't really stand behind this thing and shoot it from over here. You're meant to get up close into its personal space. Unlike Mega Man 2, the hot dog streams will always be the same length, so you can sort of time it. But if you are having trouble, you can just grab Metal Catcher and remove the shield of these things, in which case a shot will kill them. This thing, on the other hand, is a lot easier than the one beforehand. It's not how difficulty curves work, Ace. Try again. I suppose if you miss a shot, that metal shoots you, but other than that, no. In fact, that metal was only added in the update, so I don't know what I was thinking. Here, Lead Jump comes into its own again as we grab another E-tank. And water! Which is useless because these enemies here are so slow about coming after you that you can just speed past them. There was originally going to be a mid-boss there. It's one thing Metal Character can do, by the way, is grab items. Like that. There was going to be an actual proper mid-boss there. A fish, which didn't get... It didn't get programmed, but it was a bit crap, so I didn't use it. We can dodge the first atomic chicken by going down the ladder. And we get introduced these atomic apples, which are also introduced badly, because they're introduced next to atomic chickens, which is bad. Bad, Ace. That's not how you level design. There, that's a much better introduction. But with atomic chickens? No. I'm going to respawn atomic chicken. Yes, I am. Atomic chickens will jump over you, like in Mega Man 2. You got to sort of back up from them first. Alternatively, you can destroy them with weapons. The Buster has absolutely no chance of killing them in time. But some of the other weapons like Air Shooter, Clash Blaster, they do. Here's a weapon initially. Here's something added for this update, which was the engine balancer. There you go. That was fun. Thought I'd use a weapon. And we don't have a lot of health, so hopefully these penguins will drop some, otherwise I'm in a bit of trouble. Thank you! Woodman is probably one of the hardest bosses in the game, actually. One of the hardest robot masters, anyway. Here, you may have noticed, hopefully, the gimmick of Woodman stage is the change of seasons. Ow. Not nice, penguin, not nice. bottom of a pet peeve. Why you do this? And thankfully these ice physics that got suddenly introduced to the stage do not carry over to the boss, because that was hilariously hard, and no, Woodman's hard enough. Woodman has Leaf Shield. He also has the Leaf Bomb, which creates another Leaf Shield. That's his new attack for this game. You do not get this as a weapon, you get Leaf Shield, because I hate the player apparently. And now the dog has decided if she wants to move, which has distracted me. Thank you, dog. Okay, so let's actually not die to Woodman this time. Now we're at full health, that should be gone. So, defeating Woodman involves you luring him to one side of the room, dodging his leaf bomb, luring him to the other side of the room, actually timing your jump so you're not an idiot. And the timing is kind of harsh, and the fact that Woodman only takes 1 damage to the Buster rather than 2 means this fight does last a bit longer than the others. However, you can occasionally shoot through his Leaf Shield, which does help a bit. This was also the case in Mega Man 2, do not report this as a bug, please. And that's Woodman down. We get Leaf Shield, which acts much like it did in Mega Man 2, with one exception. Unlike Mega Man 2, which only used weapon energy when thrown, this one used weapon energy when generating the Leaf Shield, because it makes a lot more sense. And we're going to do one more boss this video. There's technically 2 weakness loops. There is obviously the Mega Man 2 boss loop, and there's the Mega Man 3 boss loop, but you can sort of jump in. And it is Needleman who's weak to one of the Mega Man 2 boss weapons, at least. So's Hardman, so's Topman, so's Man. Actually, all 3 of the bosses have semi-weaknesses to Mega Man 2 weapons. I'm going to go with what I think is the easier of the stages, and go with Topman, because this is the tail end of the video, and I want to show off, and I want to complete this in time. He's in the hemp house as usual. We have the Kerogs, I think they're called, and the Snapdragons, which are pretty much invincible to all weapons except Metal Catcher for some strange reason. We also have Top Fiend, and because why not, Quickman lasers in Top Man stage. Why not? I think the thing I was going for was sort of, it's a greenhouse, therefore you've got solar energy, therefore rainbow force beams, and here's another E-Tank. And honestly, that's the only justification for Top Man having force beams in his stage, rather than his tops. And to be honest, the tops are so crap in Mega Man 3, I couldn't really think of much to do with them. Mets here will helpfully fall into the pits themselves and die, so that's helpful of them, thank you. And you know, at least one of the updates, previous updates, that Met would turn itself around and just walk off the other edge, and I have no idea why. I can't remember how I fixed it either. Down we go. We are coming across a mid-boss. We've got health, which we don't actually need. We've got the mid-boss, which is Tama Twins. These things are kind of annoying, if only because of the owl. Yeah, the owl. If you can destroy the top one first, the second one isn't too bad, because it just shoots a single pellet at you, rather than the yarn balls. These things fall hilariously quickly to Clash Blaster, by the way. I'm just going to cut these down, because why not? Gardening! There we go. Something else added to this update, you can hold both change weapon buttons to change back to the original Buster, which is something that wasn't present in the original version, so that's good. Quickly go up to the ladder. Again, you can just reset these lasers if you so wish, because not resetting them would be stupid. And if you so wish, another E-Tank, which is a bit riskier. Is that all 4? That's all 4. Okay. We now don't no longer need any other E-Tanks. I have desynced the lasers. You can just dash past them, and you'll be fine. They're actually so slow to react that it's hilarious, actually. Finally, one less barrage of Quickman lasers. These ones are slightly harder. Go this way, this way, this way, and there we go. Only slightly harder though, not by much. And a Disco Rave Dr. Wily logos, because why not? Topman got a serious buff in this update. He used to be quite easy. Now he's only mostly easy. He'll fire 3 spinning tops, which you've got to dodge sort of like this, but then he'll rebound off the wall several times like that. I really should not have gotten hit by Topman. Just alternate sides and he should go down fairly quickly. Hugging the wall is... I keep forgetting to move for that first one, it's really annoying. Move for the first one, do that for the second 2, and Topman goes down pretty damn easily actually. He used to be a lot easier, you didn't need to do the rebounding thing, so he was even easier. We get Spinning Top, which is widely regarded as one of the worst weapons in the game, and I shall show you why shortly. We now have all 4 E-Tanks we can hold. Brilliant. Still got like 3 Rebel Masters left, so that's fun. So we're going to go back and showcase those weapons, shall we? Yep. Now I did showcase this off in the video, but just in case you missed it. Metal Catcher can grab items. This is actually a whole place to use this. I said it can grab item. I said it can grab items. Well, screw you then. It can grab items. Believe me, it can grab items. It can honestly grab item. Item grab, please. What? How are you not grabbing this E-Tank? You can grab E-Tanks. Fine. It can pierce Sniper Joe's shields. Sometimes. There we go, it grabbed an item. I have no idea why he wasn't grabbing this one. It was just being a dick. It can grab items. It stays with Quint's vertical position, so it can be used to go around shields. Let's showcase something with Sniper Joe actually. Let's respawn the Sniper Joe to showcase that actually. Let's of course this is like a hilariously inefficient way of killing the Sniper Joe, but it's there. Leaf Shield! Leaf Shield has the power to create a Leaf Shield, strangely enough, which actually one-shots a lot of enemies. As soon as you move though, or press a direction, it'll throw the Leaf Shield in that direction. It doesn't actually act like a shield, strangely enough, so the rubber outfit's bullets will go straight through the damn thing. One thing that is fun, it'll one-shot most of the Woodman's enemies, which is not in any way helpful, with the exception of the hot dogs, because the hot dogs actually show up later in the game. Yes, they'll even one-shot the hot dogs, which is useful to know. Just for to let you know. Finally, we have a weapon possibly worse than Top Spin. Yes, we have Spinning Top, which does this. There we go. Woo. You have 3 of them at once. They don't want to hit a wall. They bounce very wildly, and they're only redeeming factor is they can in fact... did I in fact nerf these? No, I buffed these for Quint 2 because they were so awful in this game. They should one-shot most enemies they come in contact with, so there is that usefulness. I'm not quite sure why that worked, but never mind. Okay, yeah, these weapons are useless. There's one more thing to showcase of them, I need to get there first. If somehow you ever get into the stage with spinning top, the cats are one-shot by these weapons. It's just because, why not? You're never going to fight these things with this weapon, so why not?